Greetings from Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I'm Tatum Everett, and this is the site of the Vikings-Saints game on Sunday. We thought it'd be a great idea to also make this the setting for Pick 6 presented by KFAN. We'll get things going with Will in Rogers. He's got the first question, and he wanted to ask Adam Thielen. You had a standout performance last time in London. What are you most looking forward to about playing in London this time? Adam?
What I'm looking most forward to about playing in London again is just the whole experience, being in front of those fans that are just kind of craving for some NFL football, something a little different, and just kind of being in a really cool environment. And then, obviously playing with my teammates and a really cool opportunity to play in a different country and hopefully support or represent the Vikings in a positive way in a different country.
Thanks, Adam. Our next stop on the Pick 6 London edition tour, the Tower Bridge over the River Thames. And here to bridge ourselves to question number 2, it's a Twitter question from @SkullChant28. How long do you think it will take for this offense and defense to click? Since we're in London, we found Sky Sports' NFL anchor Neil Reynolds to answer this one. Take it away, Neil.
I think the Vikings are very close to clicking on both sides of the ball. We saw that in week 1 against the Green Bay Packers, what they could do to Aaron Rodgers. They've just got to do that consistently on defense. And the offense is definitely going to spring into life with Kirk Cousins, Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen. There are too many stars on that side of the ball for the Minnesota Vikings to be held down for too long. So they're going to be firing on both sides of the ball very soon.
Thanks, Neil. You may recognize our next stop on the Pick 6 London tour. It's Big Ben. And that'll bring us to question number 3. It comes to us from Alan. He asks, is the 3-4 defense really the right alignment for our skill set versus the 4-3 that we used to play? I just see us giving up way too many yards on runs, giving teams second and short, third and short. Vikings radio analyst Pete Bursich will answer this one.
Thank you, Alan, for your question. I think it's a really good one, and you're right. I think right now you're seeing some struggles with the run, especially with lost yardage plays, those kinds of things. But you have to understand, we have to remember that 3 of our 5 starting guys up front have never played in a 3-4 scheme. And I think short term, there's technique things that they have to learn. There's ways of playing different types of blocks that they're going to have to learn. But long term, the NFL, the way things are going, I think the 3-4 gives you the versatility that you need. Overall, once the linebackers and the D-line all get on the same page, I think that we're going to see a long-term gain on this switch.
Thanks, Pete. We can't wait to hear you on the call on Sunday against the Saints. Now we're in front of Westminster Abbey, and it's time for question number 4. Let's kick it out to Pete's partner in crime on the radio, voice of the Vikings, Paul Allen. Hunter McCarty sent this one on Twitter. Jalen Reagor's been involved in a few plays each game we have had him. Is this intentional, or is he just one of the later reads that Kirk happens to find?
Yo, Hunter, what's going on? Interesting question. With Jalen Reagor in that Philadelphia game, it was a 2-score game. We were down, and clearly Jalen wanted to do something against his former team, so therefore the Vikings got him involved in that game. Then against the Lions, he wasn't as involved, but that doesn't mean he won't be moving forward. So yes, it was intentional, but first and foremost, Jalen Reagor is here to hopefully provide us with our first punt return touchdown since 2016. Good question, Hunter.
Thanks, PA. See you soon here in London. As we stand in front of Buckingham Palace, Mike from Mankato hits us with our next question, and it's for Vikings Ring of Honor member John Randall. Mike asks, if you were still in the NFL, which quarterback would you want to sack the most and why?
Well, hello, Mike. This is John Randall. If I was in the National Football League, the quarterback that I would want to sack most would probably be Aaron Rodgers, since he is the Green Bay Packers, and we all know how I feel about the Green Bay Packers.
Thanks again, John. We kind of figured that'd be your answer. Rounding out this week's Pick 6 questions is a Twitter submission from Eric Reyes. He asks, if JJ is gonna get doubled or at times triple covered, how are we going to get him open or involved? Let's ask our own Vikings Entertainment Network's Gabe Henderson for his thoughts on that one.
Eric, appreciate the question. Justin Jefferson, he's so dynamic that he's going to get double teamed from here on out. But if you're Kevin O'Connell and you want him to get involved or you want to see him gritty in the end zone, you're going to have to start putting JJ in motion. You're going to have to start sending him from one point of the line of scrimmage to the other side of the line of scrimmage and making quick plays, which allows him to get yardage after catch. Look at that Green Bay Packers game. We put him in motion about 40% of the time, and he had 182 receiving yards that game. So you can't put JJ in one spot and expect him not to get double teamed. So move him around, let him have some options to have some opportunities in space.
Thanks, Gabe. Preparations are still underway to get this soccer stadium ready for an NFL game on Sunday. The pitch has been retracted and the turf is currently being installed in sight for Sunday's NFL game between the Vikings and the Saints.